and your high school coach just got a big win about an hour ago.
Yes, he did.
What did you learn from him?
Oh my goodness. I think the number one thing that I learned from him right away is how to not only approach the game, but also how to think the game, and also play at a level that was a lot harder and determined than the AAU tournaments that I was playing in beforehand. I got to Coach Dambrot my 9th grade year. So my first year at high school, first of all, back to the fear thing. When you go from middle school to high school, you're already terrified of what lies ahead. You don't know what to expect. You know, obviously, you know, in Ohio, you have 6th, 7th, and 8th in middle school. So you have that feeling coming out of elementary, going to the middle school from the 5th to 6th grade. You have that fear of older people in the schools and how is it going to affect you and things of that nature. And then you go to the high school and you see, you know, kids with beards and, you know, teachers, they just look so much more massive, you know, and I'm going to a coach that is a former college basketball coach. And you hear the stories. I mean, you know them firsthand probably, or maybe you don't because you were great. So maybe I had to do everything. But, you know, I heard, you know, the stories of like, you know, 5 a.m. wake ups to go run the mile, or, you know.
This was your high school coach?
This is my high school coach. This is my high school coach. This is my high school coach. You hear the stories of like, you know, one mistake, everyone's going to run until the coach gets tired. And in my head, I'm like, how in the hell does a coach get tired if he's not running? So you're like terrified of all of this, you know. So the one thing, back to your question, that I learned from Coach D is that we're going to practice perfection every single day. Every single day. He always used to tell us the practices are going to be way freaking harder than the games. And you don't understand that every time the coach said, get on the line. That's a universal word right there, or a universal term right there, get on the line. You know that's the last thing you want to hear as a basketball player, to get on the line. But he was super strict. He was super demanding. He would get in your face, call you out of your name. There were kids whose parents used to come to practice that he would call them out of their names right in front of their parents. My sophomore year, my freshman year, we win the state championship. We go 27-0. I was MVP of the tournament. Obviously, Maverick was our captain my freshman year. My sophomore year, the first practice, I was came in as projected #1 player in the state of Ohio. I was projected to be All-American as a sophomore, projected to be Mr. Basketball as a sophomore, which had never been done in Ohio high school history. And the first practice we had our sophomore year after winning the state championship, I did absolutely nothing wrong coming out of football. He kicked me out of practice. He kicked me out of practice. I had no idea why the fuck he kicked me out of practice. And I think he was just setting the tone for the season.
Yeah.
Like, wherever the fuck or wherever you think you are, I've heard all of this stuff about how great you are and things like that. Nope, I'm gonna humble your ass right now. He kicked me out of practice, and the last thing he said to me when he kicked me out of practice, first day of practice, he said, best sophomore in the country, my ass.
I love that. I love that. Setting the tone right away.
Best sophomore in the country, my ass, and kicked me out of practice.
I actually think I had a healthy level of respect. So I played varsity as a freshman, but actually my school, middle school was 6th through 9th grade.
Really?
So I didn't even go to high school yet.
Hold on, say that again?
So it was 6th through 9th grade. We didn't have space. They didn't have space in the high school. So a year after I left, they built a second high school. They split into two. They moved down a division, that sort of thing, right?
Right.
So I'm coming off 8th grade. I start JV.
Mm-hmm.
I grew 7 inches that year.
Shit.
I learned how to shoot without my left thumb.
Yeah.
Started shooting a real jump shot. I go to AAU Nationals in Florida, average like 35 a game. So I'm coming into freshman year with a decent level of confidence. And I knew my high school coach was tough because my JV coach was so tough.
Yep.
But I was brash and cocky. You know the kid you saw at Duke early on? I was that kid. I was that kid.
Yeah.
And we were playing preseason. We were just like doing pickup. So we would do these stations where you had like 30 seconds to a minute on. So 30 seconds to a minute on wall sits, 30 seconds to a minute on D slides with bands, 30 seconds to a minute on jumping jacks with a weight, like all this stuff. And we'd do that for like 30 to 45 minutes, and then we'd play pickup. So there was this senior named Kevin Conley, and he was good, but I also played his position. And he hadn't started the year before, so he was like very much wanted the starting position. So we were playing pickup, and truthfully, Kevin, I was busting your ass. I was busting his ass.
Hey.
And he said, and I started yapping off.
Yeah.
And he said to me, he said, "I'm gonna tell you right now, shut the fuck up." And he gave me the look. Mind you, I'm my size, but 155 pounds. So I was like, oh, he's gonna kick my ass. And I didn't say anything. We checked the ball up. As soon as somebody passed it, he just popped me in the face, right? My jaw still pops to this day. And pretty much from that day on, I had a healthy level of fear for high school. A healthy level of fear. Hey guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching Mind the Game podcast. If you like it, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you.